The world is changed. I feel it in the paint. I feel it in the brush. I smell it in the plastic. Much that once was is lost. But there are still many who remember it. The war of the Rohirrim is finally upon us. The new movie is out, and with it a whole bunch of new models and a new edition of the game. But what does that mean for the Middle-earth strategy battle game?
Hi there, welcome to Mini-Earth, I'm Zach, and today I'm going to be talking a little bit about the new Middle-earth strategy battle game refresh, the new models, as well as future stuff about the channel and what's coming up, and my plans. Instead of having you stare at my face the whole time, I figured I'd take this Rohan Battlehost, which I've had for a little while, paint that up, and talk about the stuff I just mentioned, and give these old Rohan models one last little gallop in the sun before they're replaced by all the new plastic kits. So as I crack into this box and take out the models for prep and painting, let's talk about the new plastic warriors coming out. The new warriors and heroes in the new starter box look fantastic. I love the old models, and I will for sure paint more of the ones I have piled up in their various boxes over time, but it's been 22 years since their original Rohan warriors came out, so they really are due for a glow up to meet the modern standards. The new models are all multi-part kits, much like the plastic heroes that have come out in recent years, so I really can't wait to give these a go and see what I can do with them. We can hope they'll give the same treatment to some of the other more popular factions of the game, such as Minas Tirith, Mordor, and Uruk-hai, as well as, well, especially, I think, the Last Alliance Elves and Men. I mean, come on. They haven't revealed any new plastic Riders of Rohan yet, but surely they'll be coming soon, right? So some other big news in the lead up to the new edition was that Games Workshop announced that they'd be culling a big chunk of the Middle-earth range, moving models from sale and placing their rules into Legacy. Now the last time I actually played the game was back when these were the main rulebooks. So I can't really comment on how well these models played, but I think I can understand from Games Workshop's perspective why some of these models were removed. Obviously, with the new edition being themed around the War of the Rohirrim film and having a more solid focus on all the films in general, I can, see why factions like Dunland and the Southrons would, get removed and changed up. Also, with a model range that's had releases over more than 2 decades at this point, it's bound to have a whole lot of bloat, especially when it comes to original characters and troop types, and it just makes sense that Games Workshop would remove some of these lesser known factions and original factions that they've invented over the years, which gives them space for a more focused future for the range, assuming that's what they're going for, which is all stuff I'm perfectly fine with because I'm more of a collector painter than a player, at least at this point. I would like to get into some gameplay at some point, but we'll see what the future holds for that regard. But I can see why people who have spent a lot of time painting them up, a lot of money buying the models, weren't the happiest with Games Workshop's choice. So along with new models, Games Workshop appear to be refreshing a lot of packaging from older kits. The Eagles being a prime example, now having the new packaging, being repackaged with the new bases and the option for fledgling Great Eagles, all that kind of stuff. You see the new box art on the new Rohan and Wildmen troop sets. All the boxes for them have been updated slightly. And I assume that's why stuff like the Rohan houses and the Watchtower Palisade set have been removed from sale, because they're probably going to come back out soon with the new packaging. Which, having a look at some of the images in the new rulebook and everything, the old Helm's Deep set is shown off a fair bit. It would be cool if they redo that, though I'm not going to hold my breath because it's been over a year since the Old World came out and they featured the classic Mighty Fortress terrain set in all of their books, and that hasn't popped out yet. Though, you know, we can always hope.
But do not trust to hope. It has forsaken these lands.
It was funny, they re-released the Osgiliath at the Ruins big box. I didn't even know that was removed from sale. I feel like that was only released a few months ago, though it's probably longer now. But that's come back out, so that's cool, I guess. I wouldn't mind getting that at some point, but the old Rohan Stronghold box, that would be sick as well. I would love to see that come out soon again at some point too. So maybe if they do re-release the terrain kits, they'll bring that out as well. So with all these cool new models coming out and the new edition, Middle-earth's a bit more back in the limelight, especially with the, well, War of the Rohirrim hasn't done spectacularly, but there is the live action films, Hunt for Gollum and more coming out soon, so who knows what the future holds. And speaking of the future, what is the future of this channel? Well, I'll admit I didn't get anywhere near as many videos as I was hoping to this year. It was a mixture of just being busy and I procrastinate a lot, I'll be the first to admit that. I mean, I have filmed a few things, a couple of little videos here and there. I've got a terrain build that I need to put together at some point that I filmed a while ago. But a couple of months ago, I did do a big trip to New Zealand where I took some models and I went to various filming locations and painted them up. So I'll show a little teaser of some of that here. But yeah, doors are all down here. Alright, coming up to the summit now. Here we go, all done. Aowen at the top of Edoras. Alright, so it's around this spot right here where Frodo and Sam lead the fellowship. I'll start putting those videos out soon. I just want to get a few videos out on the new edition box set models that I'm really excited to get stuck into. So once they're all painted up and I've got videos for those out, we'll be getting some epic videos out of me traveling around the real Middle-earth and painting some models. So I can't wait to share that with you all. I have actually had the new Battle of Edoras box for a couple of weeks almost now. I pre-ordered it when it was available to pre-order and it arrived soon after. I've had it sitting here, but I promised myself I wouldn't touch it because I wanted to finish this Battlehost first. And as things would have it, it would appear to be done. So let's check it out. So even though I did a super speedy rush job on these Rohan guys, I think they turned out pretty decent. There's a few details I could probably put a bit more effort into, but I think for a quick throw together speed paint army box, they do alright. I decided to leave out the dismount version of Aemir, mainly due to time, but I'll probably do a dedicated video to painting Aemir with one of my other mounted versions that I have. I've got a couple of the old metal mounted ones that I could paint up, so I'll do a focused video just on him at some point. But thanks for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this little slightly different video. Like I said, I've got big plans. I'd like to do a lot better with putting out more videos, so stay tuned for all of that. Anyway, I hope you all had a good year, and I'll see you real soon.